Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here, and in today's video we are getting into the price of Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at the recent drop in Bitcoin and looking to see if we will have further room to the downside or if Bitcoin will have a reversal today or within the coming days. We're also going to be going into news when it comes to the economy, what's happening with housing, as well as the cryptocurrency space. So breaking, crypto exchange Binance is under investigation by federal police in Brazil. A dormant address containing 1,128 Bitcoin, that is worth about 31.5 million US dollars, has just been activated after 10.5 years. So what we're gonna see is there's, for those of you that don't know, there's a Bitcoin address. I believe it holds 1 million Bitcoin. It is believed to be Satoshi Nakamoto's own personal Bitcoin address, and there has been no activity in that particular wallet. But if that was to ever happen, that would be insane news. That would be just headlines everywhere if there was any activity within that particular address. So this is good. Brian Armstrong, who's the CEO of Coinbase, spent the day in DC meeting with members of Congress. We need regulatory clarity in the US for the centralized players in crypto for many reasons: consumer protection, national security, economic growth, etc. So this is exciting news because I do believe that when it comes to these exchanges, now it's just this game of all of these different government agencies just randomly throwing fines and lawsuits at all these crypto exchanges. So it looks like Brian Armstrong is just tired of it. He's like, listen, we need to just come together and find regulatory clarity. And it's actually a good thing. Coinbase, I feel like, is actually, the sentiment has been more positive around Coinbase after Brian Armstrong is kind of putting his foot down and just setting boundaries around what his expectations are from government agencies. Breaking, Texas passes a bill requiring crypto exchanges to provide proof of reserves. I think that's excellent. What we want to see is more transparency moving forward with anything that is centralized. Someone just moved over 6,000 Bitcoin worth 180 million for a transaction fee of $11. And that is one reason why Bitcoin is so great. So we have some predictions from Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood is the CEO of ARK Invest. We know that she is big on Tesla and she is big on Bitcoin. She says that Bitcoin will hit 1.48 million by 2030. She says Tesla will hit 2,500 by 2027, Zoom to 2,000 by 2026, and Roku to $605 by 2026 as well. So home sales in March fell 21% year over year. The market is trapped by low inventory because of low mortgages. So you can kind of just see here on the map the percentage change from 1 year ago in different regions of the country. We have the West over here at minus 31%. We have Texas and the Southern area about minus 20%. East Coast, the Northeast over at about negative 21%. So we know that Bitcoin has dropped 10% over the last 7 days. It's right around $28,000. We're going to be getting into the price and my price predictions in just a few moments. So this is insane. If you are someone with a high credit score, you will be penalized if you want a mortgage to compensate for the people that don't have as good as a credit score. So if you have a 620 FICO score, you get a 1.75% fee discount. And if you have a 740 score, you're going to pay a 1% fee. Like what kind of times are we living in? It's getting insane. Canada to give $13 billion in subsidies to Volkswagen for it to open its first electric vehicle battery plant outside of Europe. YouTuber BitBoy Crypto skips court date, leaving a baffled judge and a potential arrest warrant looming. Quite interesting. Gemini joins Coinbase in offshore expansion, expanding their services into the Asian Pacific region. So Facebook users who maintain an account between May of 2007 and December of 2022 can now submit a claim for their share of a $725 million class action settlement per CNBC. The average 30-year mortgage rate hit 6.43% this week. The median home price is at $400,000. You'll need to put $80,000 down and pay just over $2,000 a month before insurance, property taxes, or maintenance. The average American likely cannot afford that. So Tesla has increased the US prices for both versions of its Model S and X electric vehicles days after slashing prices for the 6th time this year. So we saw slash after slash after slash when it came to the price of buying a brand new Tesla. And then it was like one day they slashed prices and then the next day they increased prices. So that was kind of an odd thing there. 39% of Americans say they've skipped meals to make housing payments per MarketWatch. Cryptocurrency exchange Kraken has secured a key registration with the Irish government, allowing it to operate across the EU. Coinbase gets Bermuda license, plans to launch offshore exchange in the coming weeks. So Elon Musk says Tesla is aiming to have a Cybertruck delivery event in Q3. Finally, I think we were supposed to get it like, what was it, last year or the year before? Facebook will lay off another 4,000 employees today as it begins a new round of layoffs. So we also learned that Taylor Swift dodged the whole FTX debacle. She rejected $100 million FTX sponsorship over unregistered securities question. So new cars are selling below the sticker price for the first time in 20 months per Kelley Blue Book. Tesla, and this was like just a few days ago, like I mentioned, it was like yesterday that Tesla increased their prices, but the day before yesterday, they slashed the price of its bestseller Model Y by 30% within a 90-day period. It's because demand is very strong. Economy is in awesome shape, and the consumer is rock solid. There's no recession, or else why would you cut prices so much? Obviously, plenty of sarcasm there. 70% of Americans are feeling financially stressed per CNBC. This has all just been really weird. It feels like we're seeing this slow bleed economically. And I don't know if it will just be a slow bleed out that lasts years and years and years, or if we'll see like a tipping point. And I just looked back on, 2008, the housing crisis, which it was an overnight event. And what we're seeing now is what feels like a slow bleed, or I just might be super out of touch with reality. I'm not really sure. House Republicans propose raising debt limit by $1.5 trillion or extending it until March 31st of next year. All right, so we're gonna get into the price of Bitcoin, but before we do that, I wanna mention I am doing 30-minute calls. The cost for a call is $55. I have a link down below with Calendly, and what will happen is you'll get the 30-minute call, but I'm also gonna be sending you a free Ledger Nano S. I have a bunch of these from back in 2017 when I was literally going door to door and teaching people about Bitcoin, just because I was like so happy with Bitcoin, what it had done for my life. And I was like, I need to spread the good news of Bitcoin. And I bought a bunch of these at like a huge discount and was selling them at cost just to make like literally $15. And so that I could teach people, buy your Bitcoin, transfer it, and put it on here. So if you want a 30-minute call, you also get a free Ledger Nano S. Let's take a look here at the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently sitting at $27,979. This is a weekly chart, which is technically in still a bullish posture, but I do anticipate Bitcoin to get in the $26,000 range. So I personally am anticipating more room to the downside. I think that we're gonna find some support over here on the daily chart at about 26,953. So about $1,000 lower than we currently are. We wanna see Bitcoin hold, I would say this range over here, about 27.2. If it doesn't hold that, then I see it meeting up here with this DMA. And let's take a look here at the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart also not looking all that strong. We've had a massive pullback. Bitcoin hit about 31,000 and it is now down to just below 28,000. So a $3,000 pullback. 4-hour chart looking very weak. It's going to be very interesting to see how Bitcoin behaves around this DMA to see if it will hold up or be broken by it. This right here is the hourly, also looking quite weak. It needs a lot to happen for reversal change. So staying patient here on Bitcoin, but we could be seeing a decent buying opportunity. The last pullback we had lasted a very short period of time. Bitcoin bounced back and responded really quickly, but this looks like this is gonna drag out a bit longer. This is a 5-minute chart here. We have Bitcoin also not looking good on the 5-minute chart, not signs of a momentum shift at this time. Ethereum sitting at 1902. We have gold at 1976, so gold has also pulled back as well. Coinbase at 60.33. We have a Litecoin at 89.10. Link sitting at 7.38. XTZ at 103. So across the board, many coins are down several percentages on the day. Doge just above 8 cents. Let's see here. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in the crypto space. I think it's really important that we take a look here at majors and see what they're up to. We have SPY sitting at 411.70. Let's zoom all the way out to the 7-day chart because we are seeing some correlation. So this is a 7-day chart on SPY. I would say that Bitcoin's weekly chart looks a lot better, a lot stronger, has a lot more conviction than SPY. So on the weekly chart, we want to see SPY get above the high of this candle, which is 418.31. I think it has plenty of weeks to do that, but if it doesn't happen in the next probably 2 weeks or so, I would be concerned that we're going to see more of a pullback, and I would anticipate Bitcoin to follow in the same direction. So this is the daily chart. We want to see it hold the low of this candle, which is about 406. So keeping a close eye here on SPY to kind of use as a predictor of what Bitcoin will do. This is a 12-hour chart here, still in an upwards trend, as well as the 4-hour. So Bitcoin is looking a lot weaker than SPY at this time. This is the hourly, which has pulled back as well, and we're waiting for a momentum shift. It's currently, what is it? It's about noon, so about 4.5 more hours of trading hours left. 30-minute also trending downwards as well. Let's take a look here. The 5-minute. 5-minute here is a bit more sideways trading than Bitcoin, which is in a clear downward momentum. So more weakness on Bitcoin compared to SPY. We have Costco at 506.60. Let's see. So a combination here, actually a decent amount of stocks that are here that are up in the green today. Let's take a look here at electric vehicles. Tesla is at 165.02. Let's look at the daily chart on Tesla. So obviously the earnings came out and we had a massive gap down. It lost its daily upward trend, as you could see here. So Tesla suffering quite a bit from earnings. Massive, massive gap down. Let's take a look here at the hourly. Tesla looking quite weak after that announcement. But when it comes to electric vehicle stocks, we have several stocks that are in the green today, just a couple that are in the red. Let's take a look at marijuana stocks, what I would anticipate to be down on the day. Tilray is down to $2.32, looking quite weak. Here on the hourly, let's take a look at the daily. Daily also looking weak here on Tilray. So I do think that many marijuana stocks are going to bounce back at some point. Feels like it, I mean, it has been years that they have just been down in the dumps. And so I think that Tilray very soon, I should actually be paying more attention to. I think it's going to have a massive buying opportunity, because Tilray, once we get these big pullbacks, it has these really great responses. So as you can see here, it fell to the 234 range, which it is in right now. And then it bounced up decently well to 272. As you can see, it came back down here. So Tilray has really big days after several weeks of downside. So I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on Tilray, because I think there could be a great opportunity for a short-term trade on Tilray. So that's all that I have for you today. Like I said, I have a link down below if you would like to schedule a 30-minute call with me. Also get that free Ledger Nano S. Hope you have an amazing weekend. That's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.